welcome back to The Price of Business. I'm your host, Kevin Price, talking to you about you and your business. Continuing this ongoing series of new PR firms, and delighted to have one right here in Houston, from Houston. Some folks coming in who tell us their story. Got Tabitha Smith and Yunche Wilson, and they are with a company called Trouve. Is that right?
Correct.
Yeah. All right. After that, I'm going to be quiet and go get my go apply some ice to my tongue. All right. Glad to have you on the program. Let's just start with. I heard Yunche is the talker in the group here of the two, so we'll start with her. Why don't you start with the elevator speech and the story behind Trouve?
So the concept behind it was very interesting because I come from a technology background. I've done years and years of technology marketing, having worked with Microsoft, HP, and most recently a large data center firm. Tabitha has a very expansive background in events and a lot of marketing. So she's been doing events here in Houston and around the nation for 15 years now.
Wow.
So we actually had separate companies. I was doing a lot of marketing, focusing on technology. She was doing events. And we said, we're working against ourselves. Let's bring this together. Let's create a conglomerate. And essentially, Trouve was born. And our focus was true relationship building. A lot of marketing firms and even PR firms are focused more on the sales end. And we wanted to create a firm that truly focused on building the business based on relationships. Tabitha's excellent. She is the face of our company. She goes out, she meets people. She, gets to know them, grow to love her, and then I come in, I create a true business plan for them.
So she catches them and you clean them.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's what they see in the financial services businesses. It sounds like it applies here as well. So, and by the way, I just want to give the website, and just give it's again, Trouve, but it's spelled ATROUVER media.com. And make sure you check that out. And why don't you go ahead, Tabitha, and tell us a little bit about the meaning behind the name.
Sure. Trouve means to find. And so what our focus has always been is on business matchmaking, which is really our niche in the PR and marketing area. We actually like to match business to someone that they can use, as opposed to going out and doing a lot of blind marketing. We match person to person so that it's a little bit more cohesive when they're having discussions.
Okay.
So it means to find.
Give me an example of how that would look.
Well, if we had a client, say, that wanted, for example, we have a warehouse, a 3PL, third-party logistics company. And if they need somebody to fill their warehouse, we find companies specifically that are shipping into Houston and introduce the CEO to CEO, as opposed to, having the CEO meet the admin or something like that. We actually introduce person to person. So whether it be through meetings that we arrange between them. So when I go out and I find people, I want to meet the CEOs, the C-level execs, the presidents of companies, not just sit there and talk to somebody that won't be able to help us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you got it. And so speaking at a high level is very important versus speaking to someone, you want to go from the top down rather than the bottom up.
Exactly.
Next thing you know, all you're going through is procurement, which is a nightmare. So, yeah, that makes sense, a lot of sense. So let me ask you, Yunche, how did you, how old is the company now? Technically speaking,
we are 4 months old.
Yeah.
4 months. Oh,
4 months
just
old.
babies.
We wish we could say that.
We wish.
Right. Well, the company itself, but the company comes with a robust history. So how old were each of your firms? I got the impression, Tabitha, 15 years with yours, roughly?
I have been in the industry for 15 years, so I have been building my database for 15 years.
And in your case, Yunche?
Over 10 years now.
Over 10 years. So you both bring a lot of experience. How difficult was it, Yunche, to join forces?
It was actually really seamless. The universe kind of aligned itself. Opportunities were very present at the time. She was working for another company in which we had done business prior to, and the company that I was with, I had recently left to officially start my own consulting business, and I wanted it to grow, but I needed another helping hand, and we we're doing some outsourcing together, kind of helping each other, but it just made more sense to work as a partnership.
Yeah. And so your background was events, Tabitha.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me how events works with PR, which I'm assuming that's your focus, Yunche.
Well, Yunche's focus is technology. So I always say
But it's PR technology.
PR technology.
Right.
So I always say she's the brains behind the operation. I just go out and party for a living.
Oh, boy, that's cool.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's
Yeah.
awesome. So I throw a lot of events, and meeting people at these events, they've always been very high-end, high-profile clientele that I've worked with. So getting to know the people that were hosting these events or attending, and also working with a lot of nonprofits has put me in front of people that most people don't have access to.
Mm-hmm.
Most businesses don't get that access. So meeting them, getting to know them, really listening to what they needed, and then passing everything along to Yunche, and she just handles all the technology. She is the computer whiz. I tell her I barely can open my email, but she is phenomenal with that.
Awesome. So in the work that you do, Yunche, helping provide PR for technology-related firms, correct?
Well, we run a gamut of all industries. So, for example,
But you do have a kind of a specialty, or
Absolutely.
Yeah. You gravitate in that arena. What is the extent of your PR and marketing that you do?
So it really, really ranges. And we like to leverage a lot. The one thing that I've learned throughout my career is that people try to do too much of everything themselves and don't do enough delegation. So I focus on truly creating a strategy from the beginning based on the relationship that Tabitha has built with them. And we focus on where they want to go. And then from there, the plan is built on whether I need to delegate to some of our partners or whether we handle everything directly in-house.
Okay.
So that's usually our process and how that works.
Very cool. What part of town are you all in?
We have offices all over Houston, actually.
All over Houston?
Yes. So we, a lot of times we will take an office inside one of our clients' buildings so that we can work directly from there, but be able to meet with anyone.
Wow, very cool. Yunche T. Wilson, Vice President, and Tabitha Smith, President. And but it sounds like a real strong partnership to hear you two. Atrouve is the name of the company. The website, easy to get to, is atrouver media.com. And thanks to both of you.
Thank you.
All right, that wraps up another great program. I do want to invite you to check us out over there at USDailyReview.com. I want to thank our good friends at Abby.com for being a part of our program today and bringing it to you here on this great station.